Right now at 6, a water main break in Waterbury continues to cause problems. Crews there have been out on Huntington Avenue for more than 12 hours. We're going to have more on how this break is impacting the city this morning. A live report is just moments away for you. Well, good morning to you. A lot going on. We're glad you're checking in with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Bjorla. We certainly needed the rain, but it feels like it came down all at once last night, and some people woke up to the thunderstorms, Rachel.
Yeah, some folks picking up a good amount of rain, short amount of time. Others not seeing much or anything at all. And that's how today is going to be. It's going to be a cloudy day. Otherwise, there could be a shower or two. If you have outdoor activities, maybe you're planning on maybe going apple picking after the kids get home from school. I think most of those activities should be okay. The fields may be a bit soggy. It's tomorrow that we are expecting that widespread rain. Right now in our satellite and radar picture, though, if you're in eastern Connecticut, mainly in southeastern areas, you need that umbrella out the door towards Norwich now and just north into Griswold along 395 towards Plainfield. Wyndham, Lebanon this morning dealing with some rain, and then down to the south also seeing some rain along the I-95 corridor. We are warmer than this time yesterday, anywhere from 4 to about 11 degrees warmer. Our humidity is up this morning too. Most of us sitting in the 60s to near 70. There's some patchy fog around. Taking a look at the humidity, it is going to be up throughout the day today, so it's really not going anywhere. You'll notice it, although our numbers will struggle. Anywhere from 70 to about 75 degrees. That'll be our temperature spread. Looking at the precipitation chances for today, you'll see that they're not zero, but they're not all that high either. So around 2-3 o'clock, maybe 30% of the state seeing a brief shower, all of that coming down relatively light for the most part. So for today, this morning, anywhere from 65 degrees now to about 70 to about 75 this afternoon. And do you need the umbrella? Sure. It's not a bad idea to grab it. You'll certainly need it for Thursday with more rain on the way. Temperature spread 73 degrees in Middletown, 72 in Haddam, southeastern Connecticut, close to 70 degrees. Rain chances increase for tomorrow from really start to finish. We are expecting soaking rain before we clear out for Friday. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02 on the roads this morning, we are largely quiet with most of the road work wrapping up now, which is certainly some good news if you're heading out. We'll take a live look outside various locations across the state. Middletown 91 northbound. That looks okay this morning. Glastonbury, Route 2, both directions featuring light volume. Wet roads over in New Haven now. Give yourself a little extra time. Watch for ponding on the roadways. Your drive time city to city, New Haven to Hartford, as well as Hartford to New Haven, is anywhere from 34 to 36 minutes. Erica.
All right, Rachel, thanks so much. Getting back to that breaking news in Waterbury, all city schools are closed today because of a water main break. It happened more than 12 hours ago. And the city says this break is expected to cause more issues as crews continue to work to fix it. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is in the Brass City along Huntington Avenue. Priscilla, good morning. What are city officials saying about when this is expected to be wrapped up and completely repaired?
Yeah, well, it's unsure right now, but this all began when the city discovered a broken valve on a 30-inch high-pressure transmission main yesterday. And to make that repair, the water treatment plant had to be temporarily shut down, which is why city officials warned residents about possible water service interruptions. Crews worked through the night, only stopping briefly during the thunderstorm for safety, and they're still here this morning trying to get that main back online. So far, only a small number of customers are without water, though the city says that could change depending on how the repair progresses. And again, because of all of this, Waterbury Public Schools are closed today. We'll keep you updated as crews continue this repair and as we learn more about when full service might be restored. And we'll be hearing actually from officials at some point this morning. In just a little bit, we'll bring that to you in just a bit. Live in Waterbury, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
And you can see some of the water, Priscilla, over your left shoulder. So, yeah, creating quite a mess this morning. Thank you. 6:04 is your time. Developing this morning in New Haven. Officers say at least one person was shot in the area of Dixwell Avenue and Henry Street. We don't know how they're doing this morning, but we do have calls out to police to try to find out more. Once we do, we'll pass it along to you.
Well, this afternoon, police in New Haven are expected to give us another update on a deadly shooting on Dickerman Street. It happened back in August. We're told the families of the two men who were killed are expected to be at this afternoon's press conference. Daquan Hyman and Ernest Williams died shortly after the shooting back on August 25th. Officers have since arrested Sergio Thomas in connection to the case. Thomas is facing a murder charge. He's being held on a $3 million bond.
6:05, Waterbury police arrested a man in connection to last week's deadly shooting on Charles Street, and officers say they're still looking for another suspect. 37-year-old Latroy Young of Hartford is behind bars on a $1 million bond. He's charged with conspiracy to commit murder and criminal possession of a firearm. Officials say Frank Array was killed in that shooting on September 15th on Charles Street. Police are asking for your help finding another man in connection to the shooting. The name 45-year-old Gerard Brown of Hartford. If you know where he is, contact Waterbury Police.
Happening today in Hartford, we're expected to learn more about the work by state officials to make sure that people have access to vaccines. Department of Public Health Commissioner Manisha Juthani says that the state's advisory committee met on Monday to talk about the changes of vaccine guidance at the federal level. Commissioner Juthani says that she's going to share details from that meeting and how it impacts your family. That's happening at 11:30 this morning. And if you're looking for work, we've got some good information for you. The U.S. Postal Service says it needs help ahead of the busy holiday shipping season. It's hosting a job fair today at the Hartford Public Library on Main Street. It's happening between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. To be considered, you have to be at least 18 years old, pass a drug test, and a criminal background check. Now, keep in mind here, if you are hired, you are expected to work on weekends and holidays.
Now at 6, blasting has started at the new Amazon warehouse that will be built in Waterbury, but neighbors say there have already been some issues. Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot shares more from a community meeting last night.
One lady told me the blasting wakes her up. She said she can't even enjoy her backyard because it's so loud. Other people say it almost feels as if they're experiencing a constant earthquake. Tuesday night's meeting allowed people who live near the Amazon site to voice their concerns and ask questions. Concerns around the blasting, damages to property, traffic, and wetlands were all brought up to Waterbury's mayor and Blue Water, the development company. A majority of people spoke about the blasting and the damages they say it's causing to their home and everyday life. Carol Mallory and her husband have lived at their Naugatuck home for more than 20 years. She says the construction takes place directly behind their house and they can hear it all.
It starts around 5:30 every morning with the trucks lining up like they're going to a parade to do their job, with the lights on, with the sounds of the beep, 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 backing up and stuff like that. It's annoying. Our dog gets up because she doesn't like hearing all that, and she wakes us up, they wake us up, and we have to take her out, and she just doesn't like it. It's very annoying. It really is.
I get it, and I understand where they're coming from, and I really do appreciate the frustration that they feel. I think that especially through the blasting will only be short-lived. It's got about a month to go, but ultimately it is going to be hugely beneficial to the city of Waterbury, and that's why we're going through all of this.
Mayor Pernaruski told people at the meeting if they believe their home has been damaged by the blasting to put in a claim with the development company. In Waterbury, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
All right, Kate, thanks. Well, in stores on the UConn campus, some new boots are being seen all around campus, but they're not the ones on students' feet. Over the summer, the school rolled out new parking boots to help with a parking problem they say has been going on for years. So if you're caught illegally parking on campus, a green parking boot is going to be placed on your car. There's a QR code on that boot that you can scan to pay a fee right then, and then your boot will be able to be removed. Campus Logistics say they only boot cars with $200 or more in unpaid fines, which is equal to at least 5 parking tickets. Some students say it's just not fair that they pay for parking and have a hard time finding a spot.
I don't know. I feel like it's not, because if we're already paying for it, why
it's
is other people taking our spot?
Yeah, that is true.
That's kind of messed up.
As of right now, this new system is only at UConn's Stores campus. They're not planning on expanding it to their other campuses.
6:09, President Trump spoke to world leaders and reaffirmed America's position on several foreign policy issues at the opening of the UN General Assembly in New York City. Among the topics discussed was the war in Gaza. He said the U.S. stands by Israel. The president also said there needs to be an end to the war. He also met with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and praised Ukraine for staying strong in a war that has now persisted for 3.5 years. The president also suggested stronger measures by NATO to deter increased Russian aggression.
Mr. President, do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do. Ukraine, I tell you, they are good fighters. Got to hand it to them. They have a lot of courage, a lot of guts.
The president also said the war in Ukraine needs to come to an end and says a pathway to do so will not be easy.